Hi, Jason Church, National Training with Unico. Today we're going to be covering Bulletin 30-01, which is our installation checklist that is included within the installation instructions. So if followed, you're going to have a quiet, trouble-free operating system. So in this video, we're going to break it down and discuss each item on this list. 2 pages. Very simple. Let's get started. The minimum number of 2-inch outlets is 6 outlets per ton. If you want a quieter system, use 7, 8, maybe 10 outlets per ton, but never more than 12. One of the biggest differences between Unico and conventional systems is that we operate at 250 CFM per nominal ton for air conditioning and heat pumps. Now, chilled water and hot water coils are different. There's a chart that has to be used to figure your BTU rating in Bulletin 20-20.3. Be mindful of where you're placing the outlets so they're not blowing directly on the end user. If something happens where somebody moves their favorite chair and now the outlet is blowing directly on top of them, we do offer deflectors for these special cases. Be sure the airstream is not obstructed by any walls or furniture for at least 3 feet. This is where most of the air mixing happens. If at all possible, keep the supply tubing the same length it is when you pull it out of the box. If you need to make it shorter, make sure it's at least 6 feet. If you have to make a bend, make sure you have a 6-inch radius. If not, it could cause turbulence and noise issues. Run the main plenum as long as you can to keep the supply tubing around 10 feet. If you are using T's, make sure they're full flow and use turning vanes. If there's any elbows, make sure they're also full flow. And the maximum total length should be around 150 feet. Now, if you need to go over this, be sure to call in for assistance. The best duct design is using a plenum T, and this is perfect for zoning. When you're using a T, make sure it's at least 24 inches off the unit, and with some systems you can actually reduce the size of the duct after that T, which we'll go over in the next slide. Here's some examples of the plenum T method. Make sure that the split is no more than 60-40. On the 48-60, if you come out with 10-inch pipe, when you go to that T, you can actually reduce down to 9-inch on either side. On the 36-42 or the 30-36, when you use a 9-inch pipe, you can actually reduce it down to 7-inch when you come to that T. The next plenum design is a shotgun pattern, which you will see on the next slide. This one can also be reduced. For the 48-60 unit, use 10-inch duct for the first 30% of your outlets, then you can reduce it down to 9-inch. For the 30-36 and the 36-42, you can use 9-inch for the first 40%, then reduce it to 7-inch. For the 12-18 and the 24-30, you can use 7-inch throughout. Don't reduce the duct size. The plenum is longer than 100 feet, and you don't have to reduce the duct size. This is for your convenience only. You can install a side branch to pick up a bedroom or a den or an office. Turn the T to a 90. Make sure the side branch has no more than 30% of the outlets on that branch. Here's an illustration of the branch. As you see, there's a T installed, no turning vane. Let the static pressure do its job. Make sure you don't have more than 30% of your outlets coming off of that branch. Be sure to have at least 2 feet off of that blower cabinet before installing any fitting or a takeoff. If you install an electric heater, it has to be 2 feet off the electric heater. Be sure to space the takeoffs evenly, 6 inches apart and 12 inches from the end cap. A misconception of small duct high velocity is that it's noisy. We do move the air about 3 times faster than conventional systems, so we have to reduce the noise. This is done with sound attenuator. Use it for the entire run if you can. If aluminum core is used, be sure to install at least 3 feet of sound attenuator at the end of the run. The recommended airflow per 2-inch outlet is 35 CFM. This can be achieved by installing 7 outlets per ton. If using 6 outlets per ton, you will see closer to 42 CFM per outlet. Our return air duct is made of the same sound absorbing material as the sound attenuator tubing. Use this to kill the sound of the motor. If not, be sure to insulate or line the return air duct for noise control. Never hang the unit from the cabinet. Be sure to support it from underneath. Isolate the system to eliminate the possibility of noise transmission through the structure. All coils are on the negative side of the system. If a trap isn't used, the system will not drain properly. It could cause damage by overflowing. Use the easy trap that is supplied with the coil. The easy trap has a float switch that will turn the condenser off, keeping the unit from flooding. Never trap the secondary drain or tie it into the main drain. Install the drain to a place where it's noticeable so the homeowner knows that there is an issue when they see water dripping. Follow the condenser manufacturer's installation instructions when it comes to sizing the refrigerant piping. The Unico coils are 7/8 3/8 except the 1218, which is 5/8 3/8, so use an adapter if needed. So I mentioned at the beginning of this video, if you follow our guidelines, these 2 pages, you're going to have a great performing system that will be quiet and draft free. Please check out our other troubleshooting installation videos at Unico University and on YouTube. Thanks for watching. My name is Jason Church, National Attorney with Unico. For more information, check out our technical site at tech.unicosystem.com. Also look us up on Facebook and YouTube. If you want to talk to a live person, call our customer service team at 800-527-0896 Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. through 5 p.m. Central Time.